off screen, I made a new category called DPE. This, for digital portfolio entry, you could put digital portfolio, you could put weekly posts, whatever you want to call it. But let's look at how that's done. So back in the dashboard, the back end of WordPress is called the dashboard. Under posts, there's a section. I'm just rolling over this. The flyout menu shows us categories. Here I made a category called DPE. I could make a category called weekly posts, whatever. I could actually spell this right. But then I hit tab because you need a slug. The slug has to, it doesn't have to, but it's smart to make it correspond to this. This is how the URL is going to appear. So for this, it would actually be weekly-posts, all lowercase. See? Read. And then if I add a new category, I have a third category. And then if I head out here and look, now I have DPE uncategories and weekly posts. Now this is more than I need. So how do I handle this? How do I get rid of this? Let's head back to the dashboard, down to Divi, and we can either click on it, which will take us to theme options, or just head to theme options. And you might notice right away, hey look, a place for a logo and a favicon. What's the rest of this? Well, for right now, it's enough that we've seen it. And exclude page from navigation. Notice when I roll over this, a question mark shows up. What does that mean? And if you click on this, it's going to tell you, hey, words, read those words. What if I don't want about to show up in my navigation? Well, I can turn it off right there and save my changes. Then under categories, I want DPE to show up, but I don't want to see uncategorized or weekly posts. Now there's a gotcha here. And let me show you what that gotcha is. We'll save the changes, head back out and look at our site, and we have our home and DPE. Now, is yours like that? Back in the dashboard under Divi and navigation, the categories, the hide empty categories. If this was enabled, and I think it is by default, and you save this, and look, DPE is not there. There's nothing in DPE right now. But if we head back to categories under navigation and turn that off, so now we can see the empty categories, and we'll save our changes, head back out here, and now DPE shows up. Our Hello World post still appears here because it's the only post when we eliminated uncategorized, which this is uncategorized, it still shows up here because, and I know this is kind of complicated, under settings and reading, we have our front page displaying our latest posts. If you want to change this to a static page, you have to add a page. And right now, the only page we have is the About page. So if we go back to settings and reading, if we choose a static page, well, the only page we have is About. And if we do that, now the front page of our site reflects that. You probably won't use the About page here. You can make your own page to display whatever you want. You don't have to have a sidebar. The MacLab doesn't. You can customize all this. And here are your weekly posts. You click on this, there's nothing there because we haven't added any posts. Understand? Okay, kind of complicated, but replay that if you need to, because you need to understand how to control your navigation and what shows up when you head to your home page. Clicking on this logo is exactly the same as clicking on this home page. It takes you back to your URL, your root URL.